Good evening, dear viewers, and welcome to tonight's sensational unveiling, where identity, intrigue, and musical mastery collide under the glittering lights of the stage. I'm thrilled to guide you through every electrifying moment from Wednesday night's episode of The Masked Singer, the one that has left fans breathless, tongues wagging, and truly proved that truth really is stranger than fiction. This week, on Soundtrack of My Life Night, we witnessed a performance showdown of epic proportions, a surprise appearance by the waddle-tastic Lucky Duck, a fierce Golden Ear trophy rivalry, and a reveal so nail-bitingly close that it has officially gone down in Masked Singer history as the closest margin of elimination ever recorded. Yes! We're talking about the unmasking of Nessy, the serpentine songbird who turned out to be none other than chart-topping singer-songwriter Edwin McCain, best known for the 90s ballad I'll Be. Buckle up, because over the next several minutes, we'll dive deep into every sensational twist, tearful moment, and triumphant note that defined this landmark night. Let's set the stage. The clock tower. Theater is bathed in swirling purple, and gold spotlights as the remaining 5 masked performers, Coral, Nessy, Boogie Woogie, Pearl, and Mad Scientist Monster, take their places. The studio audience hums with anticipation, their cheers echoing off the ornate Art Deco walls. Tonight's theme, Soundtrack of My Life, invites each superstar to select a song that has shaped their personal journey, offering a rare glimpse into the hearts behind the masks. But before any singing could begin, the lights snap out, black as midnight, and a familiar quack reverberates through the darkness. Cue the bewildered gasps of our finalists and the delighted shrieks of the crowd. Lucky Duck has returned. Yes, the pint-sized bright yellow mascot waddles confidently onto the stage, paused in a center circle to deliver his announcement with trademark whimsy. The panelists, Jenny McCarthy-Wahlberg, Robin Thicke, Ken Jeong, and Rita Ora, exchange amused bafflement, glancing at one another as Lucky Duck announces, "I have uncovered something explosive about one of these famous masks. Turns out they've stolen something very valuable from you, Robin." Cue the dramatic pause as Thicke peers around, eyebrows furrowed. Chart position, perhaps? Quips Rita Ora, setting the tone for the night. Playful, teasing, and ripe with suspense. With that theatrical flourish concluded, the lights blaze back up and the finalists launch into their opening group performance. The 5 singers, moving in perfect harmony, attack Boston's classic More Than a Feeling with astonishing pop rock precision. Coral's crystalline vocals soar on the chorus. Nessy's airy runs hum like a breeze over the ocean. Boogie Woogie's rhythmic beat drives the song forward. Pearl lights up each harmony with golden timbre, and Mad Scientist Monster punctuates every riff with electrifying energy. The audience leaps to its feet in a roaring ovation, an explosive prelude to an even more emotional night. Now it's time for the solo spotlights. Coral, behind her iridescent shell, steps forward for Sk8er Boi by Avril Lavigne. She channels teenage angst and punk pop flair, stomping the stage in fishtail braids and lip-ring swagger that borrows heavily from Lavigne's rebellious spirit. Each power chord and sneer-laced lyric feels like a love letter to the early 2000s, and the crowd goes wild, headbanging along. Backstage, producers whisper, Coral is definitely someone who peaked in the pop-punk era, while panelist Ken Jeong races to jot down his next guest. Next, Nessy glides to the mic for Lady Gaga's heart-wrenching Million Reasons. Stage dims to twilight as Nessy's voice unfurls in hushed vulnerability, each verse a testament to resilience against the odds. The snake-like performer wraps the audience in an embrace of longing, building to a spine-tingling crescendo that leaves not a dry eye in the house. Rita Ora leans forward, eyes shimmering beneath her platinum waves. Robin Thicke lowers his head, visibly moved. The Simon Cowell of pop may hide it behind a quip, but tonight the panel feels Nessy's message deep in their bones. Third up, Boogie Woogie, his overalls covered in paint splatters, takes on JVKE's Golden Hour. With a jaunty 2-step and a voice as smooth as butter, he calls back to country soul fusion, infusing the modern hit with a timeless warmth. Golden light rains down in LEDs, bathing him in honey tones as he sings of love and dawn's tender promise. It's an intimate moment of connection, Fans in the front row snap up their phones to capture the glow, while others sway in unison, embracing the song's hopeful optimism. Then comes Pearl, her ghostly visage shimmering under spotlights, clutching a vintage microphone as she delivers the Outfield's Your Love. The 80s glam rock anthem finds new life in her haunting soprano. Her performance is both spectral and electrifying, each riff ringing out like a question to the heavens, each chorus evoking the bittersweet ache of longing. The lights pulse in neon pink and blue, mimicking the era's retro sheen, and the studio erupts in nostalgia-fueled applause. Finally, Mad Scientist Monster, lab coat flapping and goggles gleaming, modulates the air with Coldplay's The Scientist. His baritone is surprisingly tender, revealing a soulful core beneath the quirky exterior. As he sings, panels of vintage scientific diagrams scroll behind him, tying together theme and persona in a poignant visual metaphor. When the final note fades, the audience sits in stunned silence before rising in a rousing standing ovation. Unmasked or not, these performers have staked their claim as vocal powerhouses. With performances concluded, the show pivots to the Golden Ear Trophy rivalry, a season-long subplot pitting Jenny McCarthy-Wahlberg and Robin Thicke against each other in a battle of wits and guesses. Clue-led tensions run high. McCarthy fusses over her clue board, Thicke paces the stage, and even husband Donnie Wahlberg drops by in a taped cameo to reassure his wife with a pep talk. "You're the clue queen," he whispers, squaring her. Shoulders, yet Thicke counters with playful smirks and quips. "Careful, Jenny. My guesses are always in tune with the truth." Amid laughter and tension, the 10th episode unfolds like a season finale. High emotion, high stakes, and one more. Mask destined to fall. The panelists having tossed around possibilities. John Zesnick, Dave Matthews, John Popper, lock in their final answers. Jenny, clutching her note cards, declares, "I'm certain Nessy is John Zesnick." Ken Jeong, in full comedic swing, outblurts John Popper. Rita Ora sticks to Dave Matthews with unwavering confidence. But Robin Thicke, peering into Nessy's watery-eyed gaze, confidently asserts, "I know this voice. It's Edwin McCain." The crowd gasps. The music stops. Nessy's head tilts, as if pondering the fate of the evening. Host Nick Cannon nods solemnly. It was the closest margin in Masked Singer history, less than 1%. The chamber echoing his words underscores the gravity. This is not just another elimination. It's a moment of destiny. With trembling hands, Nessy removes the sleek mask, revealing a shock of silver hair and a warm grin. Edwin McCain steps into the light, eyes bright as he takes in the applause. "I couldn't ask for more," he jokes, acknowledging both his 1998 hit and the thrill of his long-awaited unmasking. Tears, laughter, and standing ovations follow as McCain, humbled and elated, embraces panelists and contestants alike. His journey here has been remarkable. Once a staple on adult contemporary radio, McCain's career soared with "I'll Be," a ballad of steadfast devotion that became a wedding staple for generations. Yet the Masked Singer stage demanded something new: reinvention, anonymity, and vulnerability stripped of past fame. And tonight he emerged victorious, his 90s heartland soul forging a connection that transcended decades. As the confetti falls and McCain bids farewell, the panel reflects on the night's emotional arc. Jenny's shoulders slump momentarily, but Robin's triumphant grin reassures her that next week's semifinals await new thrills. The Golden Ear score remains tied, the Golden Mask trophy still unclaimed, and the path to the grand finale narrower than ever. This, dear viewers, is what television magic looks like. Legends reborn, surprises that jolt your senses, and the unbreakable bond between a performer and an audience hungry for enchantment. As we head into next week's climactic semi-final, 4 singers remain, 4 masks that promise new secrets, and a final plunge into the unknown. Thank you for joining me on this unforgettable journey through Soundtrack of My Life Night. A night where music mattered, masks mesmerized, and the margins were tighter than ever. Be sure to tune in next Wednesday for the semi-final, when 4 artists will battle for a spot in the ultimate showdown, and when we'll find out which legends still lurk behind the glitter. Until then, keep your ears tuned, your guess is wild, and remember, in the world of the masked singer, the biggest revelations often come from the most unexpected voices. Good night, and may your own soundtrack of life be filled with songs that move you, mysteries that delight you, and moments that stay with you forever.